What's going on, YouTube? Back with another video. How's everybody doing today? I'm gonna be doing my first tier list video for the NBA going into the new season. Never done a tier list video, so I figured I'd give it a shot. I love debating, talking sports in general. Just let me know what y'all think at the end of the video, because I can, let me know what you guys want to see. Tier list of every position. I can go off of that too. Whether it's basketball, football, two main sports that I do watch and follow. Obviously, let me know what you guys think about where I place each team and where you would place them. Obviously, everybody's opinion is different, but because I know tier lists, every sport, everything in general, is very controversial. So, let me know what y'all think on my first tier list video. I'm just gonna do the teams in order here as they appear. Obviously, I think S tier will be the teams competing for the championship. Then you got A that are like seeds 3, 4, 5, and 6. B are probably 7 through 10. And then you got C that are D is pretty much trash. Right? Not competing at all. Still rebuilding. Still need a lot of pieces. So, that's pretty much where I'm going to rate them there. 76ers, they have the pieces to compete. They did get better. Bringing in Danny Green. As long as he doesn't shoot like he did in the bubble. That's a major addition for Embiid and Simmons. Because you got to stretch the floor for those boys. And then the addition of Seth Curry. We know he can light it up whenever. Especially if Ben Simmons, you got to give him a rest. Seth Curry can control the offense. And he can play off Embiid as well. But I don't have them as, it's more or less like Ben Simmons coming back, and then with these additions, show us what you can do, right? So I will put them A. I do think they'll be top 4 team in the East. Wizards, I know you have a healthy point guard this time in Westbrook because Wall missed 2 years, and a lot of younger players. And then you have Beal. You still got Beal. So it's, where do I place them? 7 through 10. I don't think they're ready to compete just yet, but has Westbrook ever missed the playoffs? I don't know if Westbrook has ever missed the playoffs. So just off of that, I will put them 7 through 10. Talent-wise, I don't think they're there just yet, but I think they will be in the play-in tournament in the East. Same thing with the Hawks. Just not enough experience, even though with the addition of Gallo and Capella. I think they're in that 7 through 10. They'll be in the play-in tournament. Cleveland? Do we even have to talk about this? Detroit? Have they even gotten better? I'm trying to think. Cause I know I watch what's his name? I was gonna say Frosted Flakes. Frosty Flakes? I forget his name. I know I watch his videos and he's a Detroit fan. He's the one that cried about Luke Kennard getting traded on draft night. So just going off of his reactions to his Pistons team, sorry, bro. They're gonna have to go there. Pacers, I do think the Pacers are better than the Wizards. And they're also one of the teams that did not get better. I actually think they got worse, even though they got Oladipo, who should be back for a full season, and Sabonis, who will probably get better this season. I'm going to put them in here. If I got to bring a team down, I'll end up bringing the Wizards down. The Bucks, I do think they got better with Drew Holiday, and I think they brought in George Hill as well off of that trade. I do think they'll be a top 2 seed in the East again. Raptors, I don't think they repeat in terms of the performance they had last year. Congrats to Van Vliet for that deal that he signed. Congrats to him. But I think they'll be right around here. I don't think they're a top 2 seed. The Mavs, I do think, even though we got rid of Seth Curry, and he was balling last year, I do think the team did get better with the addition of Josh off from Philly. We need a 3-and-D player. Even though his 3-point percentage wasn't like all that hot, I do think Luka will make him better in terms of a shooter. but missing KP for the first part of the season does hurt. I do have us top 4 in the West if Luka takes that next step. If he doesn't, then obviously we'll be, where were we last year, 7th? I do think we're like 3 through 6. That's where I think we're at, 3 through 6. Denver with Jamal Murray and that Jokic dude, Jokic. I do think they will improve. Michael Porter will get better. I think everybody in that team is just improving little by little. So if those guys continue to get better individually, oh my god, they're gonna be good for years to come. I do think they're up here too, 3 through 6. Grizzlies not there just yet. I don't think they even make the play-in tournament. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna leave them as my first C team for now. I do think they're like right outside of it. If I put a team here, they're debatable. I'll have to go back to them. The Timberwolves, I do like the moves they made, the pick they made on draft night. What did they bring back? Ricky Rubio. They have D'Lo for a full season, playing with Karl Anthony Towns. I don't know. I think the team did get better. They might be in the play-in tournament. The West is just too stacked right now, but I will put them up here for now as my first team, the West, in there. Spurs, I don't see them making the playoffs, but I think they have enough to still be relevant. Aldridge is up there in age, so he's declining, but you got DeJounte Murray. God, there's another player I'm forgetting. And I know you got DeRozan. Damn, wasn't he like 82nd on that ESPN list? Jesus Christ. I do think they have enough to stay relevant, but I don't think they have enough to be in the play-in tournament, so I will put them here. The Jazz, they have a full year of Conley, if he stays healthy. Donovan Mitchell, Gobert, and why am I having a brain fart? The big lefty. Bro, what's his name? Oh my god, I'm having a brain fart. Okay, they got some shooters, basically. And then you got Gobert playing defense. You got Mitchell, who's improving every year. He showed out in the bubble, in that matchup against the Nuggets. What was he averaging, like 40 a game? I do think they will. I'm trying to think. Here, right? 3 through 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so. Then you got the Clippers. I think they're right there with the Lakers as the top 2 teams in the West. Right? Yes, they lost Montrezl Harrell, but I don't think they took that much of a step back where they'll be 3 through 6, right? I still think with Kawhi and Paul George, they're still the second best team in the West. Suns. I think the Suns will be in the play-in tournament. I don't think Chris Paul and Booker with Ayton, and I think they took Jay Crowder too, right? On the Suns. I don't know. See what Chris Paul did with OKC. I don't see how he can't do that with the Suns, right? I think Booker sees his first playoff appearance, or at least his another chance. So I think they'll be in the play-in tournament. Portland. I think the addition of Covington and Nurkic. Well, not the addition of Nurkic. He's been there for a while, but I think he stays healthy. I feel like every time I watch Portland, he's just always hurt. Maybe he's not always hurt, but I feel like every time I watch, he's not playing. So maybe, like I said, maybe he's not always hurt. I just feel like he always is. But with that, I'm gonna 7 through 10. But like higher up, right? At least 7th. I don't see how with a team like that. And now you got Melo. Right? Melo came in halfway through the season. So I think Melo with a full season of Melo as well off the bench. Yeah, I don't see how they're not comfortably in that play-in tournament. The Sacramento Queens, I don't see it. I'm just gonna put them down here. I don't see them competing anytime. I don't see them competing yet. Come on. The Knicks? Thibodeau, good coach. Not yet. I don't see it. Looking at the rest of these teams. Right? 7 through 10, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 4. Some teams I might end up moving from B to down here once I keep going. Pelicans. Lonzo has to show that he can continue to grow off of what he did last year. He's too up and down. If he stays up, out of, more than 20 games with Zion, I can see them competing for a playoff spot. If Lonzo is still up and down, and Zion doesn't give you half a season at least, they come down here. Right? Brandon Ingram is getting better. Josh Hart can still shoot. You got Eric Bledsoe now. So, Charlotte Hornets. LaMelo looked really good his first game. Granted, he did not score when he shot 0 for 5, but his playmaking ability is really good. Once he gets his shot down, like at NBA level, he can be pretty good. Yes, I know we're going off of one game, but he already shows that it factor to not really lead the team, but he can be that guy on that team with Gordon Hayward. And with all that said, they're still not making the playoffs. They may not be a bottom 3 team like they always are, but the Hornets being here is a step up for being a bottom 2 team every year. What I got? 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, they traded Westbrook for Wall. If Wall looks anything like that video that was posted with him and Michael Beasley, the Rockets can still be relevant. And then you add DeMarcus Cousins, like an actual big man, right? Because they had PJ Tucker playing center. That's rough. But I don't think they took a step down. I think you add Wall. Wall will, take some of the load off of James Harden, which will help him throughout the season. And you got DeMarcus Cousins. If he's as good as everybody is saying he looks, they can still be 3, 4, 5, 6. So for now, I'll put them here. 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Somebody's gonna have to come down. It might have to be the Timberwolves because you gotta make space for the Warriors. The Heat, on the other hand, not a top 2 seed. It all depends on the growth of Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero, right? Like, they both show they can play in the bubble. But I'm not going to be the one that falls for the bubble hype and just puts them top 2, right? It all depends on their growth. We already know what Bam's going to bring. We already know what Jimmy Butler's going to bring. Is Iggy still there? I didn't pay attention to the other moves they made. But we already know they can play defense and they can score. But it all depends on the growth of Hero and Duncan Robinson. They need to take that. They need to take that next level. If they don't be surprised if they fall down here. I do think they overperformed early in the season where they had like the best record in the East. But for now, I'll put them 3 through 6. Right? They might drop to 4th or 5th. I do think Philly got better. We don't know where Toronto's gonna go because they don't have like an actual superstar. They just got a great team game. The Bulls, on the other hand, did they do enough? Did they do anything to get better? Zach LaVine could only do so much. So, for now, I'm gonna put the Bulls here. They're not one of the worst teams in the East, but I don't see them making the playoffs, unfortunately. The Nets, it all depends on where KD is. He looked pretty decent his first game back. He looks like he can still move. Obviously, he can shoot. That's what he's been known for. But it all depends on where he's at after that injury. That injury is career changing, right? I mean, sure, the most recent person we can go off of is Kobe. He was at the end of his career. Yes, you really can't blame it all on age, but like what is your body gonna do at that age for Achilles and then being able to move and then you miss a whole season? So I don't know. It is career changing. We've seen it in multiple sports, but at full potential, you got to put the Nets up here. They looked pretty good. Kyrie and Katie looked pretty good their first game. You still got LeVert and Dinwiddie. I'm trying to think. There's only one West team down here. I was debating on putting the Spurs down here too. I think the Spurs are that bad. Putting the Spurs here because the Thunder, it looks like they're just rebuilding. They got rid of Steven Adams, Chris Paul, Schroeder, and they're making the future guy Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So I don't think the Thunder make it into the play-in tournament, but I don't think they're the worst team. And they lost Gallo. So it's questionable between the Spurs and the Thunder as to who's going to be one of the worst teams in the West. So like I said, and then also for without Clay, where do we put the Warriors? The Warriors are a big question mark because their bench isn't deep. Right? After Clay, like who's your number 2? Wiggins? Wiggins is your number 2 after Clay? You know? Can Draymond do anything? Honestly, can he do anything? I think that ESPN ranking, they put Draymond 40 spots too high. What did Charles Barkley say? Is he getting his triple single average again? So Draymond has to at least shoot. We know he can play defense. We know he can get the rebound. We know he can defend positions through 2 through 5. And then you got Wiseman, which we don't even know what he's going to bring to the team yet. I didn't watch a preseason game that the Warriors won, which was surprising. I was surprised that they won. But it all depends on Curry needs to have an MVP season, and then it depends who's that second and third guy, right? Is it Oubre? Is it Wiggins? Is it Wiseman? It's not going to be Draymond. Like, let's be real. It's not Draymond. So, man, are they going to miss the playoffs again? It depends on that, man. For right now, I'm going to put this. I'm going to slide the Timberwolves down and put the Warriors up. Just because we know what the Warriors can bring, right? At full health. I mean, obviously, there's no Clay, so that hurts. Alright, so we got the 2 teams in the East, which means the Celtics are going to come down here 3 through 6. It all depends on... I don't see Tatum as that top 10 NBA player yet. He has the potential, right? He has that it factor. He has the killer instinct. It's just he has to take that next step. There's potential that he has it. It's just he has to bring it out. I haven't seen it from Jaylen Brown yet, where he was worth the money that they gave him. I feel like it's just Jaylen and then whoever that second guy is that's going to step up. I mean, not Jaylen. Jason Tatum. And then Kemba Walker has to play better the second year around for the Celtics than he did last year in the bubble. I even forgot he played in the bubble. That's just non-existent he was to me. And then Marcus Smart, he's just getting better every year. Big 3-and-D guy. And the biggest flopper in the NBA, but that doesn't matter. So it all depends on everybody on the team has to take the next step. I feel like they just got exposed by the Heat. The Lakers, defending champs, favorites to repeat. I mean, how can you not with the offseason they had? Schroeder, Montrezl Harrell, Marc Gasol. You upgrade Marc Gasol from Marc Gasol or Dwight? That's a good upgrade because Marc Gasol can spread the floor too. So I think that's a very good swap. You got LeBron, AD, top 2 players. You got Schroeder. And you're getting Avery Bradley back. So that team is still very stacked after winning a championship. They're actually better this year than they were last year. That's scary to say for a championship team. So they're the heavy favorites to repeat. Alright, it's going to be this order, I guess. And I think the best team to contend Boom, boom. I'm trying to put them in order and what I think. And then here, who are the best teams here? Washington move. If anything, Washington is probably the worst team on this list. Hawks, Pacers. Siri, I didn't call you. Suns, Warriors, yeah. Who's on Cleveland again? Drummond and Love? I think it's. I think I even ordered it. Then Orlando comes here. I don't think they make it next year. Right? Oh no. Hold on. 7. This is 7, 8, 9, 10. So in the East, you got 1, 2, 4. Okay. And you got Fultz here. I mean, I said Fultz. You got the Magic here. If Fultz improves, then I can see them as a legitimate threat of actually getting in, right? If not, then they're just a huge question mark. You got players like Aaron Gordon, who's declining somehow, and he's only 25. Vucevic, he's still that guy. Jonathan Isaac. They look very impressive. Granted, I think they only won one game against the Bucks. Or was it 2 in the first round? But that one win, they just blew up. So if they can somehow create that game consistently, they can be a legitimate threat, for at least the 7th seed. But I think outside of these teams in the East, the Hawks, fine, Trae Young, Gallo, John Collins, Capella. I'm curious to see how Westbrook fits into this team. Everybody's saying nothing but good things about Westbrook. Pacers depends on Oladipo fitting in with that team now that they're building around Sabonis. Suns is all about Chris Paul grooming Ayton and Booker. Like I said, we saw what Chris Paul can do with OKC, and that team that was fully rebuilding. They still made it to the playoffs. So now it's all about, can you do that with the Suns now? All right. Pelicans is about the growth of Ball, Zion, and can Brandon Ingram still produce the way he was with those two trying to still improving? Portland, we know what Portland can bring. There's no reason why they were below 500 last year. You got Lillard, McCollum, Melo, Nurkic. Now you add in Robert Covington. There's no reason why they were below 500 at all last year. Especially with a superstar. I mean, yeah, superstars, they need a team, but his team wasn't bad. We're saying all this, and Rodney Hood is still on the team. Rodney Hood can score. All people remember from Rodney Hood is his stint with Cleveland, and he was just abysmal. But then it's when you go from being a scorer, then you're playing with LeBron, and now I feel like scorers that play with LeBron just don't produce as much. That's just what I notice about a lot of other people that play with LeBron that are scorers. You go with LeBron where LeBron dominates the ball, and I'm not, this is no hate on LeBron. It's just I don't see how he makes I don't see how he makes players better. I just never saw that argument. I just never saw it. That's just me though. AD is still producing, but it's just outside of your other superstars like him and Kyrie. What else? Who else improved? Right? LeBron and Wade. Who else improved? LeBron and AD. Who else is improving? Kuzma isn't. Kuzma's trash. All that said and done, LeBron's still the best player in the game right now. Still the best team in the NBA. So, like I said, no hate on LeBron. It's just him making everybody better argument. I just don't see it. But these are my teams here. my tier list maker. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys want to see a tier list for every position. I can start with point guards. Let me know in the comment section below. Small goal of 50 subs by the end of the year. Can I hit it? I'd appreciate it if you hit that like and sub button as well. Hope everybody enjoys the upcoming NBA season as well. Let me know what team you guys root for. Won't be surprised if a lot of people say the Lakers, LeBron, or a lot of you are LeBron fans. I'm a Mavs fan. I need a Luka jersey though. But yeah, let me know what next tier list I should make. What next video I should make. I'll even do a reaction video. Anyway, other than that, take care, guys. Peace.